The ballroom of the Grand Palm Resort in Miami shimmered under 1,000 tiny lights strung like captured stars across the high ceiling. White roses cascaded from every centerpiece, their petals soft against the crisp linen tablecloths. The jazz quartet played a gentle rendition of At Last, and champagne flutes clinked like distant bells. It was supposed to be a day of renewal, my son Alex's second wedding to Ava, a woman who smiled like she owned every room she entered. I sat at table 8, near the center but not too close to the dance floor. My 7-year-old grandson, Leo, was beside me, his small fingers pushing a bright red toy car back and forth across the cloth. He had insisted on bringing it. It was the same car his mother, Maria, had bought him for his 4th birthday, just months before the accident that took her away. Leo rarely spoke of her anymore, but the car was his anchor, a tiny piece of her he could hold. I smoothed his bow tie, black silk, a little too big for his thin neck, and smiled down at him. "You look so handsome, sweetheart." He gave a small nod, eyes fixed on the car. "Thanks, Grandma." Across the room, Alex moved among the guests, his navy suit crisp, his laugh louder than I remembered. Grief had hollowed him after Maria died, but Ava had filled the spaces. She was beautiful in a way that demanded attention. Long, dark hair, perfect posture, a laugh that rang clear and confident. She posed for photos near the cake, her beaded gown catching every light. I'd tried to feel happy for him, I really did. But something gnawed at me, a quiet unease I couldn't name. It started the first time Ava came to dinner at my house in Phoenix. She had complimented my enchiladas, washed the dishes without being asked, and charmed Alex completely. Yet Leo had gone silent that night, pushing food around his plate, avoiding her eyes. When she offered him chocolate, he shook his head and looked at me as if asking permission to disappear. I told myself children adjust slowly, new people are scary. Alex needed love again. I pushed the feeling down. Now, at the wedding, the feeling returned sharper. Leo hadn't eaten much. He avoided the shrimp appetizers the waiters kept offering. Every time one passed, he scooted his chair closer to mine. The music swelled. Guests laughed. I sipped water, watching. Then, Leo stopped playing with his car. His small hand froze mid-push. He looked up at me, eyes wide and serious, too serious for a boy who still believed monsters lived under beds. "Grandma," he whispered, voice so low I had to lean close. "I want to leave, right now." My heart stuttered. "What's wrong, honey?" He trembled. "You didn't look under the table, did you?" The words landed like ice water. I glanced around. No one was paying attention. The elderly couple at our table were toasting. Lucy, my adopted daughter who had become family after Maria's death, sat on Leo's other side, chatting quietly with a cousin. I lifted the edge of the tablecloth slowly. In the dim space beneath, among chair legs and Leo's dangling feet, lay a folded piece of paper, white, ordinary, terrifying. Leo pressed against me, his breathing quick and shallow. I reached down, fingers shaking, and picked it up. I unfolded it under the table, shielding it from view. Scribbled in black ink, "Table 8, add shrimp to the child's serving, discreetly." The room tilted. Leo is deathly allergic to shellfish. One bite could close his throat in minutes. We carried 2 EpiPens everywhere, Alex in his jacket, me in my purse. The whole family knew. Everyone. Who would write this? Who would dare? I crumpled the note in my fist. Leo's hand gripped mine so tightly his knuckles whitened. "Stay calm, baby. Grandma's got you." But inside, rage and terror collided. I looked toward Ava. She was laughing, head thrown back, glass raised in a toast. Alex stood beside her, beaming. I forced myself to breathe. Think. Flashback hit me hard. 3 years earlier, Maria's funeral. Rain hammered the cemetery. Leo, only 4, clung to my leg, asking why Mommy's box was going in the ground. Alex had stood like stone, eyes empty. Afterwards, he buried himself in work. Lucy moved in to help, cooking, school runs, bedtime stories. She loved Leo like her own brother. Sometimes I caught her watching Alex with a quiet longing she never voiced. Then Ava appeared. She was smart, successful, kind to Alex, but with Leo, distant, sharp. Once I overheard her snap at him for spilling juice. "You're not a baby anymore, act like it." He cried in my arms that night. "She doesn't like me, Grandma." I told him she was learning. I told myself the same. Now the note burned in my palm. I turned to Lucy. "Take Leo to the restroom, now. Don't let him out of your sight." She saw my face and didn't question. She scooped Leo up. "Come on, buddy, let's wash our hands." As they left, I stood. The jazz played on. Waiters glided with trays. I walked to the bar area, note hidden in my sleeve. David, one of the younger waiters who had served our table, was wiping glasses. I approached. "David, a word." He smiled politely, then saw my expression. The smile died. I showed him the note, only him. "Did you see who wrote this?" His face drained of color. "Ma'am, a woman gave me that. Said it was instructions for the chef. I dropped it by accident when I was balancing the tray. I thought it fell under the table. I swear I didn't know what it said." "Who was the woman?" He glanced around, voice low. "The bride, Ava. She came to the kitchen earlier, said it was a special request for table 8, for the child." My blood roared. I thanked him, calmly, somehow, and returned to the table. Leo and Lucy were back. Leo looked pale, but clung to Lucy's hand. I sat, leaned close to Lucy. "It's Ava. She wants shrimp in his food." Lucy's eyes widened, then hardened. She had always suspected. Now she knew. The main course was announced. Waiters began serving. I stood again, this time voice carrying. "Excuse me, everyone." Heads turned, music faltered, the quartet stopped. Alex hurried over, concerned. "Mom, what's wrong?" I placed the note on the table. "Read it." He did. His face crumpled. Ava approached, smile fixed. "Betty, what's this drama?" I met her eyes. This note was under the table. Instructions to add shrimp to Leo's plate. My grandson, who was allergic to shrimp, who could die from one bite. Gasps rippled. Ava laughed, sharp, forced. "That's ridiculous. A prank. Or maybe the child made it up." Leo whimpered. I pulled him close. Lucy stood. "Don't you dare blame him." Ava's sister, Gloria, 18, nervous, stood suddenly from a nearby table. Tears streamed. It was Ava. She asked me to pass the note to a waiter. I didn't know what it said, I swear." Ava whirled. "Shut up, Gloria." But the mask cracked. Alex stared at Ava like he'd never seen her. "Tell me it's not true." She faltered. "Alex, they're lying." Security arrived. Quiet words. Ava was escorted out amid whispers and stares. Alex knelt before Leo. "I'm so sorry, son." Leo hugged him. "It's okay, Daddy. Grandma saved me." Later, in the quiet aftermath, as guests left and the ballroom emptied, I sat with Leo on my lap, Lucy beside us, Alex across, broken but grateful. I looked at Leo. "You were so brave telling me." He nodded. "I saw her drop it when she walked by. She looked at me funny." A child's intuition, sharp, honest. I kissed his forehead. "Never ignore what you feel, okay? Even if grown-ups tell you it's nothing." He smiled, small, real. "Okay, Grandma." Months passed. Alex filed for annulment. Ava vanished from our lives. Leo laughed more, played with his car openly, told stories about his mom without tears. Lucy and Alex grew closer, slowly, naturally. She had always been there. And me? I learned the hardest lesson. Instincts whisper for a reason. A child's whisper can scream the truth. Listen, always listen, because sometimes the smallest voice saves the biggest life.